Good evening. Well, we've got it to go round. See? Right, now as you can see, it's far from finished. What did I do with that rod? Right, I had another idea. Where did I put them? Are they over here? No. Oh, they're here. No, they're not. I've cleared them away. Oh, they're here. Found them. Right. Not wanting a plain conrod, I thought, right, I'll make something like that to go on this end, and then I'll slot a bit of bar and put that in there and probably solder it in. However, you know, we've reached a point in the build when things don't work. This often happens, actually. That's why there are so many unfinished projects on the market. You can find loads of them. So, after spending quite a long time trying to do that, I thought, right, well, we're going to have to go with this. And as you can see, it's nowhere near finished. I mean, that'll be nicely rounded and that'll be tapered and so on. And I'd like this black, not brass, even though it's brass, but just for the looks of it. And this here, I think, will make a nice size pin in there. So that hole will have to be drilled out slightly. Anyway, I just cut it out roughly, which was no mean task with a hacksaw, trust me, even though it's brass. And I'd had plenty of time, but it's, as I say, it's reached the point now, especially on your own, where, you know, if I didn't get on and do something, it wouldn't get done. It's that simple, you know. Sometimes you just have to do it. Anyway, it does actually work. I've had other problems as well. The mount for the block look, I've got that finished. Well, I got it on, and believe it or not, well, I thought it was too long, so I drilled, I don't know if you can see there's a hole there. I took that bolt out and had to shape it again and drill another hole closer together to allow more movement. I thought that was the problem, but it probably isn't. I don't know. It's just, as I say, one of those things. And I knew we'd have problems with this, but, you know, that was something else didn't work and took a long time. So after spending 3 days on a connecting rod that hasn't worked, and then another, well, this morning, about 3 hours on another one that didn't work, I thought, well, we're going to have to do. So I've had another 3 hours on one that is going to work. And what I'll do is I might make out this brass, just screw it and make a little cap to go on there, just a small one, and 2 small spacers. And so it'll work and it'll be alright. And this, I found a taper reamer that size, and if you look, there is now play in there. I thought that was binding on it, because if you try and turn it the other way it does now, it does actually go both ways. But that still isn't tight. If you tighten that up, it locks up. You know, and it's not because it wasn't true in there either. It was, in fact, it was such a good fit, it was a bad one, as I say. Anyway, it does actually go round, so, you know, as I say, you reach a point where if you don't get on and compromise and do the job with something that works, it's not going to get done. You know, so we'll just show you it going round slowly if we can, and have a go and see. It's another reason, if you've got you know, if there's 2 or 3 people, you see, doing a project, well, they can encourage you. Oh, well, it's all right, you know, we'll try this and do this. But on your own, this is what happens you do actually, as I say, reach a point where you're not going to do it. That's the problem that people face. So we have got on and we have done it. There we are, look. So you've seen the first turn. There we are. So, you know, you've got to have some encouragement, haven't you, to keep going. I think my problem is I tend not to give up soon enough. I never give up. And if it isn't working, you should give up on that. Not give up the job, but give up on that and then try a different idea, because that will no doubt work. So, there we are progressing. You know, so now I've got this, we can call this successful. It'll be about a day, I think, of work, about a day finishing it off, probably. And then, of course, we've got the problem of the spool valve, you know, and get the timing right and that, which is another problem. That, you know, when you build anything, you normally have to do things 2 or 3 times, which you expect, you know. But when you do things 2 or 3 times and it isn't going to work, well, you start to think, what am I doing? Anyway, there we are. You've actually got to see it turn. And as I say, I've had to... Oh, and the big problem, by the way, I'll just take this off. I've only got a screw in, you see, at the moment. One of the problems I had with that bar was cutting that slot in there. The hole, you can actually line up in the vise on the drill stand quite comfortably and get the hole pretty accurate. That wasn't difficult, but cutting the slot. So what I did, I used the Dremel with a cutting disc and went down the middle. Then I put 2 discs on and went down again, and then I've just put that on the belt sander slightly so it's, you know, a good fit inside. So that's what we want. So, as I say, at last something's worked. Right, so short update this time, but you know, I'm sure you'll agree we've had some progress at least. So we've got a lot of finishing off to do on this side, because I want to get this side done, not finished but done. Then we'll start on the spool valve, and I'm not sure yet which piece I'm going to use. I've got these pieces left, you see. Yeah, if you know any of your mates, by the way, say, oh, if they fancy a project like this, and melt some alley drink cans down and make the furnace and then cut everything up, you know, using basic hand tools and a couple of other tools we've kindly had donated, well, tell them not to bother. I'm not saying I'm not, I'm sorry, I'm not saying I'm, you know, I wish I hadn't started, but it's given me something to do, innit? Anyway, that's the other thing. Oh, one other thing as well. Where does the steam go in? Well, I thought I'll put it in the top of the head, in there. And I've got this pipe, of course, this copper pipe, and I thought, well, I don't know how to do it in there. Anyway, I come up with an idea just today that I think will work. If I just get a bolt, drill a hole through, and solder that in there, and I got a bit ahead of myself gluing that on. Not that it matters, it'll come off alright. And drill a hole in there and tap it. Now, I've got a selection of taps, whether I've got one the right size for a thing, but it's so small, it doesn't even matter if it doesn't quite fit, because all it's got to do is screw in. And then there'll be a pipe going from there, the steam pipe, to the spool valve in the top. So, you know, there's something else. Right. I will carry on struggling for your entertainment. Thanks a lot. Cheers.